But we want to start with something happening in our backyard right now throughout this weekend. Let's bring in Miss Camilla Mhute with
Hi.
HWPL Georgia. Thank you so much for being here, Camilla.
Yes, of course. I'm so happy to be here.
So,
Yes.
we have a really big exhibit happening at the supermarket for those who are
Yes.
familiar. I had the pleasure of joining you all last year for this. It's an art exhibit, and the focus is to eradicate violence out of the communities, the big focus of HWPL, Heavenly Culture, World Peace, Restoration of Light. We are one.
One.
Right?
That's right.
Camilla, tell me a little bit about what's going on today. And
Yes.
this week, it goes through this weekend,
Yeah,
correct?
all throughout the weekend. So, as you mentioned, last year we had City Bleed No More, and we were focusing more on like really eradicating violence. As you know, there's a lot of the gun violence that's happening in our community. If you remember earlier this year, there was even the situation with Tiana Robinson, right, in
Yeah.
Piedmont Park.
Yeah.
And still that case has not been resolved. So there's still a lot of the pain and a lot of the violence that our community is facing. And, we're here to put together events where we can talk about it, see how we can make a change and what difference that we can make. So this year, the theme is more so centered on revive, right? So really, how can we revive our communities through the peace initiatives that we're doing? There's
Yeah.
still a lot of pain, there's still a lot of hurt that people are experiencing because of the violence or lack of housing, these different situations. So that's what we're tackling at this exhibit throughout this weekend.
Can you tell me a little bit about, for those who aren't familiar, first of all, the exhibit's happening at the supermarket. These are local artists
Yeah.
on display.
Yes.
Is it students? Is it professional? Is it a mix?
We've got a mixture. We have professionals. We have Eric Nine. He's a influential muralist all across Atlanta. There's one of my pieces that I'm really excited about. It's a collage showing Atlanta, right? All of the different journeys that we've been through, even showing like a breeze card and, what makes Atlanta Atlanta. So through this, we have artists who are really embracing the culture of Atlanta and really seeing how we can make it shine.
Yeah, absolutely. And I
Yeah.
mean, the big portion of this is, like you said, the theme, Revive this year, City Bleed No More. It's tackling the issue of violence,
Right.
especially youth violence in the community. The Tiana Robinson that you just brought up, we just talked about this in the newscast not
Oh,
long
really?
ago, just about the crime numbers. Crime numbers actually down, homicide numbers actually down. However, even one is too much,
Too
right?
much, yeah.
Even one is too much, and you have to have communities and organizations like HWPL who are touching people, meeting people where they are.
Exactly.
And that's what this is. There's also going to be a panel discussion this year.
Yes,
Can you talk to
yes.
me about that?
So we're talking about from expression to action because we don't want people to just come to the exhibit and, just watch or just see the art, but we want people to be moved and we want to talk about how can we actually make this change possible. Because after looking at the art, we shouldn't just leave there and saying, oh, I like this piece, I'm going to hang it in my room, but we need to talk about, okay, what can I do as a member of this community to make a difference? So that's what we're talking about. How can we move from expression to action and really become those advocates in our own community?
Absolutely. And I really have to give a shout out to you, Miss Kim, Myrian, everybody, the whole team at HWPL of Georgia. For years, you all have been working on this. This is not something that you just come and go as you please. And a lot of you all have other jobs as well. So just thank you so much for all of the work that you're doing. Can you talk about some of those projects, those ongoing projects? Of course, school's about to get back in session in just
Yes.
under 2 weeks now, which
Yeah.
is wild.
I know. Yeah, so I mean, this summer we had the Play for Peace initiative where we had over 200 kids all over Atlanta who came together in 10 different hotspots. So, we had the FIFA World Cup going on here in
Yes.
Atlanta. All the world was here, right, really watching Atlanta. So we wanted to also make a movement for peace, really showing people that Atlanta can be a city of peace. So, it was a really amazing initiative. We got the opportunity to get a governor proclamation to make Georgia into Youth Peace Month. Not only that, we also had Atlanta City Hall, who made Atlanta June Peace Month as well. So there's a lot of the support that's coming from different government officials, but we want to make this Georgia wide. You know what our phrase is, right? making Georgia from a peach state to
the
a peace state. That's right.
That's
so,
right.
really, like you mentioned, with the schools opening up this upcoming semester, we need to implement peace education in all different schools. So, if you're watching this, if you're a board member of any education, if you really understand the power of education, we are asking for all people, right, to really come together and really see how we can make this movement possible. So a lot of our information regarding peace education is available at hwplgeorgia.org, and you can be able to see the curriculum, what we offer, and what difference it's made, not only in Georgia, but all across the world.
And I'll tell you what, Miss Camilla right here, she will get back to you very quickly if you reach out. So don't worry about that if you have questions. For those who are watching this interview right now, and I just want to leave them with something. If they have a young person in their life, maybe they live in a rough neighborhood, maybe they grew up in one, maybe they want to make a change. What is something that we can do today to help get to the goal of being a peace state?
Right. I say getting involved. There's a lot of opportunities and organizations and movements that's happening in Atlanta, but it can make a difference if only a few people are involved, right? So for the youth who are looking for how can they make a change, we have the exhibit all weekend long, right?
Yes.
You can come either...
Especially those artists out there
Exactly,
too.
right? See what you can do. We have so many different opportunities on our Instagram, on our website. We want everybody to be involved. It doesn't matter what age, what background that you are. We have all kinds of opportunities to make sure that we all become peace advocates and have the opportunity to make a change in our community.
And just to clarify, so this is happening, multi-day event starting today, or starting
Yes.
yesterday?
Starting today.
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 Today's the first day.
Yep.
Goes through Saturday.
Through Sunday.
Through Sunday.
Yes, ma'am.
Starts today, goes through Sunday at the supermarket. For those might be wondering, like myself, last year I was like, what
Yeah.
supermarket? We were in Publix? The
Yeah.
supermarket's actually a venue.
Yes, yeah.
Where is the supermarket located?
So it's easy to find because it's actually by Ponce de Leon, right? So Urban Outfitters, right over there by Virginia Highlands. So it's very easy to find. We have
Very cool venue.
Yeah, very super cool. You see the art exhibit, but they also have different rooms with different experiences. So it's open for everyone to come.
free?
So it's free.
Free and open.
Free and
Free
open.
and open.
Yes.
To the community, to the supermarket. And you can actually, you could go to HWPL Georgia to get more information. You can also just Google the supermarket Atlanta.
Yes, yeah.
And you will find that address there. Come out, take your friends.
Please
I mean, it's a
do.
great exhibit, especially if you appreciate art, if you're learning more about it,
Yeah.
or simply just wanting to get more aligned with community partners who are trying to make this happen, make this change.
Yeah.
Get these guns off of the streets, make sure that kids are coming home. at night.
Exactly. The title is City Bleed No More.
Yes.
So we are tired of the gun violence, and we need everyone to be a part of this so we can make a change together. Yes.
Ms. Camilla, thank you so much. It's always great to see you. Thank you for coming on, and thank you for the work that you and the whole team at HWPL Georgia are doing.
Absolutely. Thank you, Faith, for all your support in this work of peace. And everyone who's listening, let's do this together.
Let's do it together because why?
We are one.
All right, Ms. Camilla, thank you so much. We'll be posting this full interview online at 11alive.com. Let's come together and help turn Georgia from the peach state to the peace state.